Dr. Jung Kim stared at the red blip on the radar screen. It had been there for 3 months now, growing larger each day. The alien ships were coming. Everyone knew it. "How much time do we have left?" asked June, his voice tired from too many sleepless nights. General Han looked at the screen and frowned. 2 months, maybe less. June nodded and turned back to his work. His lab was deep underground, protected by thick walls and many armed guards. On the steel tables lay his life's work, the future of mankind. The world leaders had tried everything. They sent messages of peace. They showed their weapons. Nothing worked. The aliens kept coming, and Earth's best weapons were like toys compared to what the aliens had. "Your project is our last hope, Dr. Kim," said General Han. "The War Beast program is the only thing that might save us." June looked at the DNA models floating on his computer screen. He had mixed human genes with animal genes in ways no one had tried before. It was forbidden science, but these were desperate times. "I need more time," said June. "There is no more time," replied the general. Across the room, Dr. Hannah Park watched them with worried eyes. She was June's best colleague, and the only one who truly understood his work. "The ethical concerns are significant," said Hannah, joining them. "We're creating sentient beings designed only for war. Beings that are part human." June's face hardened. "Would you prefer the extinction of all humans? Because that's the alternative." General Han nodded. "The Defense Council has approved everything. Full resources, no limits, just make it work, Dr. Kim." After the general left, Hannah approached June at his workstation. They had been friends for 15 years, since university days. "I'm not against the project," she said softly. "I'm just worried about you. You're putting your soul into these creations." June's fingers moved quickly over the keyboard, adjusting genetic sequences. "They need to be perfect. Strong enough to fight the aliens, smart enough to adapt, but obedient enough to control." Hannah touched his shoulder. "And what about their spirits? If they're part human?" "Their weapons," June cut her off. "Sophisticated, biological weapons. Nothing more." But as Hannah walked away, June looked at the tanks across the lab. 5 large glass cylinders filled with blue liquid. Inside each, a shape was forming. Not quite human, not quite animal. His war beasts. Later that night, when everyone else had gone, June sat alone in the lab. The soft blue glow from the tanks lit his face as he worked. He had sent his assistant home hours ago. This part he always did alone. "You will save us all," he whispered to the tanks. "You will be the perfect defenders." He injected a new serum into the system. This would enhance their strength and speed beyond what any natural creature could achieve. In Tank 1, the wolf hybrid twitched. Its half-formed face seemed to grimace in pain. June felt a moment of guilt, but pushed it aside. The aliens wouldn't show mercy. His creations needed to be stronger than anything Earth had seen before. His phone buzzed. A message from the Defense Council. "More resources AP player. VVT. Accelerate tiny lion." June sighed and looked again at his war beasts. "I'm sorry," he said to the silent tanks. "I wish I could give you more time to develop properly, but Earth needs you now." In the dim light of the lab, Dr. Jung Kim returned to his work. The fate of humanity rested on these 5 creatures. They had to be perfect. They had to be controllable. They had to be weapons, not beings. But deep inside him, a small voice wondered, what if they became more than he intended? Soo-Jin Lee was not special. At least, that's what her file said. 5 years in the military with average scores. No special skills. No outstanding achievements. Just another officer doing her job. Report to Lab Section 7. Her new orders read, "Security detail for Project War Beast." Soo-Jin stood straight as she waited outside the lab. Her simple black uniform was perfectly clean. Her dark hair was tied back neatly. She looked like any other security officer. A tall man in a white coat approached. "Officer Lee?" he asked. "Yes, sir," she replied. "I'm Dr. Jun Kim. Follow me." Su Jin followed him through 3 security doors. Each needed Dr. Kim's fingerprint, eye scan, and voice code. Whatever was behind these doors was important. "You were chosen because you have no science background," Dr. Kim explained as they walked. "You can't understand or leak our work." Su Jin nodded. She understood. She was safe because she was ordinary. The final door opened to a large room with 5 giant glass tanks. Su Jin's eyes widened. Inside each tank floated a creature unlike anything she had ever seen. "What are they?" she whispered. "Earth's last hope," Dr. Kim said simply. "Your job is to guard this door. No one enters without proper clearance. Understand?" Su Jin nodded, but her eyes stayed on the tanks. One creature looked part wolf, with a human-like face but covered in gray fur. Another had thick brown fur like a bear, with massive arms. The third had strange feathers along its arms. The fourth had sleek black skin like a panther. The fifth had pale, almost bluish skin with gill-like slits on its neck. For 3 days, Su Jin did her job perfectly. She checked IDs. She stood by the door. She said nothing. But she watched. She noticed how the scientists talked about the creatures as things, not beings. She saw how the wolf creature tracked movement with its eyes. She noticed how the bear creature curled up to sleep just like a human would. On the 4th day, alarms blared. "Security breach in Section 5, announced a voice over the speakers. The scientists rushed out, leaving Su Jin alone with the tanks. That's when she noticed the crack in the wolf creature's tank. Blue liquid dripped slowly onto the floor. Without thinking, Su Jin grabbed the emergency repair kit on the wall. The crack was getting bigger. If the tank broke, the creature might die. She climbed up the maintenance ladder and applied the sealing compound to the crack. As she worked, she felt eyes on her. The wolf creature was watching her. "It's okay," she said softly. "I won't let your home break." The creature's yellow eyes blinked. Su Jin felt something strange, like it understood her. When Dr. Kim and the others returned, they found Su Jin cleaning up the blue liquid from the floor. "What happened?" Dr. Kim demanded. "Small crack in the tank, sir. I fixed it." Dr. Kim checked her work and nodded. "Good job," he said, surprised. Then he noticed something odd. The wolf creature was following Su Jin with its eyes as she moved around the room. Later that night, Dr. Kim reviewed the security footage. He watched as Su Jin talked to the creature while fixing the tank. He saw how gentle she was, how the creature responded to her. "Find me everything about Officer Lee," he told his assistant. "There must be something special about her that we missed." Meanwhile, Su Jin lay in her small room, thinking about the creatures in the tanks. They were weapons, everyone said, made to fight aliens. But she had seen something in those yellow eyes. Not a weapon, the soul. What she didn't know was that tomorrow would change everything. For her, for the war beasts, and for Dr. Kim's perfect plan. 1 week after the tank incident, Dr. Kim made a big announcement. "Today we remove the war beasts from their tanks." The lab buzzed with excitement. Scientists prepared special rooms for each creature. Guards checked their stun guns. Everyone was nervous. Su Jin stood by the door as usual, but today she felt different, worried. Dr. Kim approached the wolf creature's tank first. "Ta will be our first test subject," he said, giving the creature its official name. The blue liquid drained from the tank. Ta's eyes opened fully for the first time. His body, part human, part wolf, hung from supports. He had arms and legs like a human, but was covered in gray fur. His face was a mix of human and wolf features, with yellow eyes and a short muzzle. "Vital signs stable," reported Dr. Hanna. "Brain activity normal." The tank opened. 4 guards rushed forward with a special stretcher. They moved Ta to his new room, a space with reinforced walls and many cameras. One by one, the other war beasts were moved too. The bear hybrid was named Jin. The falcon hybrid was Min. The panther hybrid was Da. The shark hybrid was Yoon. That night, Soo-jin's shift ended late. As she walked past the monitoring room, she heard shouting. Ta's vitals are crashing. Get Dr. Kim now. Soo-jin peeked in. On the screens, she saw Ta lying on the floor of his room. His body was shaking. Without thinking, she ran to Ta's room. 2 guards tried to stop her. No one goes in. It's too dangerous. Soo-jin looked through the window. Ta was in pain. He needs help now, she said. The doctors won't arrive in time. She pushed past the guards and entered the room. Ta's yellow eyes found her. A growl came from his throat. It's okay, Soo-jin said softly. Remember me. I fixed your tank. She moved slowly toward him. Ta's fur was wet with sweat. His breathing was fast and shallow. Soo-jin sat on the floor near him. Not too close. When I was little, I lived by the sea, she began, her voice calm and quiet. My grandmother told me stories about spirits and animals. She said they could understand us if we spoke from the heart. Tae's eyes never left her face. His breathing slowed a little. I had a dog named Mong. He was my best friend. When I was sad, he always knew. He would put his head on my lap, just like this. She patted her lap gently. To everyone's surprise, Ta dragged himself closer to Soo-jin. His massive head, heavy with muscle and fur, rested cautiously on her lap. Soo-jin didn't move. She kept talking, telling stories about her childhood home, her grandmother's cooking, the way the sea looked at sunset. Through the night, doctors and scientists watched in amazement on their monitors. Tae's vital signs stabilized. His genetic structure, which had been breaking down, began to repair itself. When Dr. Kim arrived at dawn, he found Soo-jin still sitting there, her back against the wall, Ta's head in her lap. Both were asleep. Impossible, he whispered. Dr. Hana checked the medical readings. His body was rejecting the genetic modifications. He should have died. Instead, he's healing. Dr. Kim watched Soo-jin. What did she do? Nothing medical, said Dr. Hana. She just talked to him, like he was a person. As if hearing them, Tae's eyes opened. He looked at Soo-jin's sleeping face, then at the doctors watching through the window. His yellow eyes seemed to hold a message. She is different. Dr. Kim's mind raced with new possibilities. The war beasts were designed to be perfect weapons. But what if they needed something his science couldn't provide? What if they needed Soo-jin? After the night with Ta, everything changed for Soo-jin. Dr. Kim moved her from door guard to war beast handler. Her new job was to be with the creatures during tests and training. We have 6 weeks until the aliens arrive, Dr. Kim told his team. The war beasts must be ready. Every day, the training got harder. The scientists pushed the war beasts to their limits. How fast could they run? How high could they jump? How much weight could they lift? How long could they hold their breath? Soo-jin watched as Tai ran on a special treadmill. His wolf legs moved so fast they blurred. When he finished, he was breathing hard, but his yellow eyes looked for Soo-jin. She gave him a small smile. Good job, she said quietly. Dr. Kim wrote notes on his tablet. Ta has exceeded our speed goals. Tomorrow we test his hunting skills. The other war beasts showed amazing abilities too. Jin could lift 3 times what a normal human could. Min could see a tiny bug from 100 meters away. Dae could move without making any sound. Yoon could stay underwater for 15 minutes. But there was a problem. The war beasts would only perform well when Soo-jin was nearby. If she left the room, they became upset and uncooperative. This is not acceptable, said General Han during his weekly visit. The war beasts must obey any military handler, not just Officer Lee. We're working on it, Dr. Kim promised. But privately, he was worried. The alien ships were getting closer every day. There was no time to start over. That night, after everyone had gone, Dr. Kim found Su-jin sitting between the rooms of Tai and Jin, reading a book aloud. Both war beasts were close to their windows, listening. "What are you reading to them?" Dr. Kim asked. Su-jin jumped up, surprised. "Just an old story my grandmother used to tell me, about animals that could talk to humans. I thought they might like it." Dr. Kim frowned. "They're weapons, officerly, not children. With respect, sir, they understand more than you think," Su-jin said. "Have you ever just talked to them?" Dr. Kim had been working with the war beasts for months, but he suddenly realized he had never spoken to them as beings, only as experiments. The next day, important visitors came to the lab. The World Defense Council wanted to see the war beasts in action. "Show us what they can do," said the council leader, a stern woman in a blue suit. Dr. Kim had planned a special demonstration. Each war beast would show their best skills. But just before it started, a council member said, "The handler should leave. We need to see if they obey others." Su-jin was asked to wait outside. As soon as she left, the war beasts became agitated. Ta paced his room, growling. Jin pounded on his window. Min screeched loudly. Da hissed and showed his teeth. Yoon slapped his tail against the water in his pool. "What's happening?" asked the council leader. "They want Su-jin," Dr. Hana explained. "Bring her back," ordered Dr. Kim quickly. "We can't afford an incident." When Su-jin returned, the war beasts calmed immediately. The demonstration went perfectly after that. The council was impressed, but worried. "What happens in battle if something happens to Officer Lee?" asked one member. Dr. Kim had no answer. Later, Dr. Kim watched recordings of Su-jin with the war beasts. She spoke to them like equals. She remembered their preferences. She touched them without fear. And they responded to her in ways they responded to no one else. "What is it about her?" he asked Dr. Hana. "Maybe the question isn't what's special about Su-jin," Dr. Hana said. "Maybe it's what's missing in the rest of us." Dr. Kim didn't understand yet, but he would soon. 3 weeks before the aliens were due to arrive, the war beasts began combat training. Real weapons, real targets, real danger. "Today we test their ability to work as a team," Dr. Kim announced. The training area was huge, like a small city with buildings and streets. Robotic enemies moved around, programmed to fight back. The war beasts would need to find and destroy all enemies while protecting each other. Su-jin watched from the control room with Dr. Kim and General Han. On the screens, they could see all 5 war beasts waiting at the starting point. "Begin," said Dr. Kim. At first, everything went well. Tai led the team, using his sense of smell to find enemies. Min flew above, spotting dangers from the air. Jin used his strength to break through walls. Da moved silently to attack from behind. Yoon swam through a water section to create a surprise attack. "Impressive," said General Han. "They're even better than expected." Then something went wrong. A training robot hit Jin with a stronger-than-planned electric shock. Jin roared in pain and anger. He stopped following the plan and began smashing everything around him. "He's lost control," said Dr. Kim, his face pale. "Stop the exercise." But Jin couldn't hear the commands. He turned and attacked a nearby robot with full force, breaking through a supporting wall. Part of a building began to collapse, right toward Da. Su-jin jumped from her seat. No. On the screen, something amazing happened. Tai ran toward the falling wall. He pushed Da out of the way, then tried to escape himself, but he wasn't fast enough. The wall crashed down on his leg. General Han shook his head. Self-sacrifice wasn't in their programming. "End the exercise now," Dr. Kim ordered. "Medical team to Tai immediately." Later that night, after Tai had been treated for his broken leg, the Defense Council held an emergency meeting. Su-jin wasn't invited, but she could hear the shouting from outside. "The war beasts are too unpredictable. We can't control them. Maybe we should consider other options." Su-Jin walked quietly to the lab. She wanted to check on Ta, but when she arrived, she found Dr. Kim standing alone in the dark, looking at a computer screen. On it was a command. Terminate War Beast program. You're going to kill them. Su-Jin asked, her voice shaking. Dr. Kim turned, surprised. Officer Lee, you shouldn't be here. They're not failures, Su-Jin said. Today proved they can care for each other. That makes them better, not worse. Dr. Kim rubbed his tired eyes. The council doesn't see it that way. They want weapons that follow orders exactly, not creatures that make their own choices. Then the council is wrong. Su-Jin's voice was louder now. The war beasts are special because they're more than just weapons. They have hearts. They have souls. That's not science, Dr. Kim said. That's fantasy. Is it? Su-Jin stepped closer. Do you know why I was really assigned to this project? Dr. Kim frowned. Because you had no science background. You were safe. Su-Jin laughed bitterly. No, it was because of my family. For generations, the women in my family have had a gift. My grandmother called it the old way, the ability to connect with animals, to feel what they feel. Dr. Kim stared at her. That's impossible. The military found out when I was in training. I knew when animals were hurt or scared. I could calm them. The military thought it might work with your war beasts. I was their test. Dr. Kim's mind raced. Suddenly, everything made sense. Why the war beasts responded to Su-Jin, why they changed when she was near them. They're not just following programming, Su-Jin said softly. They're following their hearts, and their hearts chose me. Dr. Kim looked at the termination order on his screen, then back at Su-Jin. If what you said is true, he said slowly, then everything changes. The alarm woke everyone at 3 a.m. Red lights flashed throughout the base. All personnel to emergency stations. The speakers blared. This is not a drill. Su-Jin ran to the command center. The room was full of military officers looking at a large screen. Dr. Kim stood with General Han, his face grim. The alien ships have increased speed, General Han announced. New arrival time, less than 24 hours. The room went silent. They had expected 3 more weeks to prepare. Are the war beasts ready? Someone asked. They have to be, replied General Han. We've run out of time. Dr. Kim stepped forward. Ta's leg is still healing. They haven't completed all their training. It doesn't matter now, said General Han. Prepare them for deployment immediately. Su-Jin caught Dr. Kim's arm as he left the room. What's going to happen to them? Dr. Kim's eyes were sad. They'll be transported to 5 different locations around the world. Each will lead a military unit against the aliens. I should go with them, Su-Jin said. General Han overheard her. No, Officer Lee. You're needed here for the next phase of the project. Next phase? Su-Jin asked. What next phase? General Han ignored her question. Dr. Kim, prepare the war beasts for transport. Officer Lee, report to Lab 12 for reassignment. Su-Jin felt something was wrong. Very wrong. In Lab 12, she found Dr. Hana looking through files. What's the next phase? Su-Jin demanded. Dr. Hana jumped, surprised. You shouldn't be here yet. I'm not ready. Su-Jin picked up one of the files. It had her name on it. Inside were blood tests, brain scans, and genetic profiles, all done without her knowledge. What is this? Su-Jin whispered. Dr. Hana sighed. The war beasts were only the beginning. The military wants to know why you can connect with them. They want to create more handlers, or build your ability into the next generation of war beasts. Su-Jin felt sick. They're going to experiment on me. I'm sorry, Dr. Hana said. I tried to stop it, but the orders come from the highest level. Su-Jin ran from the room. She had to find the war beasts before they were sent away. She had to warn them. But when she reached the war beast area, guards blocked her way. No access. Officer Lee, General's orders. Through the windows, Su Jin could see the war beasts being loaded into special transport containers. They were awake but moving slowly, drugged to keep them calm. Ta looked up and saw her. Even through the drugs, his yellow eyes recognized her. He tried to move toward her, but the guards pushed him back into his container. "Stop," Su Jin shouted. "You're hurting him." The guards ignored her. One of them spoke into his radio. "Sir, Officer Lee is here. Should we detain her?" Su Jin didn't wait for the answer. She ran. She hid in a storage room, tears streaming down her face. The war beasts were being sent to their deaths, and she was going to become a lab rat. After all her service, this was how the military treated her. The door opened. Su Jin grabbed a pipe, ready to fight. "It's just me," said Dr. Kim, closing the door behind him. "Don't make noise." "Why are you here?" Su Jin asked, still holding the pipe. "Because I made a mistake," Dr. Kim said. "I created the war beasts to save humanity. But I forgot to ask, is humanity worth saving if this is how we act?" He handed Su Jin a key card. "This will get you to the transport area. The war beasts are scheduled to leave in 30 minutes. Why are you helping me?" Su Jin asked. "Because I just found out the truth," Dr. Kim said bitterly. "The military doesn't plan to use the war beasts to defend Earth. They're sending them on suicide missions to test the aliens' weapons." Su Jin's blood ran cold. "We have to stop them." Dr. Kim nodded. "Yes, we do. But we have to hurry. The aliens are coming, and we need the war beasts. Not as weapons, but as the defenders I meant them to be." Su Jin and Dr. Kim moved quickly through empty hallways. Everyone was busy preparing for the alien arrival. "The transport area is ahead," Dr. Kim whispered. 4 guards. Heavy weapons. Su Jin nodded. "I'll create a distraction. You get to the control panel." Before Dr. Kim could stop her, Su Jin walked around the corner. "Help," she shouted. "Fire in Lab 3. All the research is burning." 2 guards ran to check. The other 2 hesitated. "Dr. Kim sent me," Su Jin said. "He needs help saving the data." The remaining guards looked at each other, then followed their friends. As soon as they were gone, Dr. Kim rushed to the control panel. "Hurry," Su Jin urged. "They'll be back soon." Dr. Kim typed quickly. The transport containers began to open. Inside, the war beasts were still groggy from the drugs, but they were waking up. Tai was the first to step out. Even with his injured leg, he moved towards Su Jin. His yellow eyes were clearer now. "We need to leave," Su Jin told him. "All of you. They want to send you on suicide missions." Ta seemed to understand. He made a soft sound to the others. Jin, Min, Da, and Yoon gathered around Su Jin and Dr. Kim. Suddenly, alarms blared. "Security breach in Transport Area 1, announced the speakers. "All personnel respond." "We're out of time," Dr. Kim said. "The exits will be guarded. We're trapped." A loud boom shook the building. The lights flickered. "What was that?" Su Jin asked. Dr. Kim checked a nearby monitor. His face went pale. "The aliens. They're here. The first ships have entered the atmosphere." On the screen, they saw chaos. People running. Soldiers moving into position. And in the sky, strange dark shapes descending toward Earth. General Han's voice came over the speakers. "All units to battle stations. Deploy the war beasts immediately." The doors burst open. Soldiers rushed in, led by General Han himself. "What is the meaning of this?" he demanded. "The war beasts should be in transport." "You lied," Dr. Kim said. "You never intended to use them as defenders. They were just tests for alien weapons." General Han's face hardened. "Sometimes sacrifices must be made. The information we gather will help us build better weapons. They're not just weapons," Su Jin said. "They're alive. They think. They feel." Enough, General Han shouted. Soldiers, secure the war beasts. Take Officer Lee to Lab 12. Dr. Kim, you are under arrest. The soldiers raised their weapons. Su Jin stepped in front of the war beasts. You'll have to go through me first. General Han sighed. So be it. Take her by force if necessary. As the soldiers moved forward, Dr. Kim pulled something from his pocket, a small remote with a single button. Stop, he commanded. This is the control override. The war beasts have chips in their brains. With one press, I can give them new commands. Everyone froze. General Han stared at the remote. What commands? Dr. Kim smiled sadly. That's the interesting part. I'm not going to give them any. He pressed the button. For a moment, nothing happened. Then Tai shook his head, as if clearing it. The other war beasts did the same. What did you do? General Han demanded. I removed all commands, Dr. Kim said. All controls. They are now completely free to choose. General Han laughed. You fool. Without control, they're just animals. They'll attack everyone. No, Dr. Kim said quietly. They're more than animals. They're the next step in evolution. Part human, part beast, but with free will. And now they have a choice. Everyone watched as Ta looked around the room. His eyes moved from the soldiers to General Han, then to Dr. Kim, and finally to Su Jin. The room was silent. Even the alarms seemed distant now. This was the moment of truth, the moment of choice. Slowly, deliberately, Ta moved to stand beside Su Jin. One by one, the other war beasts joined him. They had made their choice. The ground shook as another alien ship landed nearby. The base's lights flickered. General Han stared at the war beasts standing protectively around Su Jin. His face showed anger, then resignation. We don't have time for this, he said finally. The aliens are here. We need the war beasts to fight, no matter who they follow. Another explosion rocked the building. A soldier ran in. Sir, the first alien forces have broken through our defenses. They're heading this way. General Han made his decision. Officer Lee, if the war beasts will follow you, then lead them. Dr. Kim, you go too. Your knowledge might help. He turned to his soldiers. The rest of you with me. We'll create a diversion. As General Han left with his men, Dr. Kim quickly gathered weapons and equipment. The aliens have landed in 5 locations around the world, he explained, checking the computer screen. The closest one is just 2 kilometers from here. Su Jin looked at the war beasts. Are you ready to fight? Not because someone orders you, but because Earth is your home too. Tai made a sound that was part growl, part human word. The others responded similarly. They were ready. I'll guide you from here, Dr. Kim said, setting up a communication system. Su Jin, take this earpiece. I can track the aliens and warn you of dangers. Su Jin nodded. She felt afraid but also strangely calm. The war beasts gathered around her, waiting for her lead. Let's go, she said. Outside, the world had changed. Dark ships hovered in the sky. Strange creatures moved through the streets. They were tall and thin with 4 arms and skin that gleamed like metal. They have energy weapons, Dr. Kim's voice said in Su Jin's ear. Don't let them hit you directly. Su Jin turned to the war beasts. Ta, Jin, take the front. Min, fly ahead and spot enemies. Da, stay hidden and attack from the shadows. Yoon, there's water to the east. Use it if you need to. The war beasts moved with perfect coordination. They didn't need chips or commands anymore. They understood strategy naturally. The first battle was quick and decisive. The aliens, for all their technology, weren't prepared for the speed and strength of the war beasts. Tai led the pack with fierce intelligence. Jin smashed through the aliens' defenses. Min dove from the sky in surprise attacks. Da struck silently from behind. Yoon used the water to appear where the aliens least expected. And through it all, Sujin guided them, not with orders, but with suggestions, with trust. As the battle continued, Dr. Kim watched from the base. On his screens, he could see other battles happening around the world. Human forces were struggling everywhere, except where Sujin and the war beasts fought. "The aliens are retreating in your sector," Dr. Kim reported. They didn't expect this kind of resistance. Sujin stood with the war beasts on a hill, watching the alien ships pull back. They were all tired and wounded, but alive. "We did it," she said softly. Tai made a sound that was almost a word. "Together." For the next 3 days, similar scenes played out across the world. The aliens, expecting an easy victory, found themselves faced with unexpected resistance. The war beasts became symbols of hope. And everywhere they went, people spoke of the woman who led them, not with force, but with heart. On the 4th day, the remaining alien ships left Earth's atmosphere. The invasion was over. In the quiet aftermath, Dr. Kim found Sujin sitting with the war beasts in a meadow near the base. They looked peaceful, like a family resting after a long journey. "I've been thinking," Dr. Kim said, sitting beside her. "I made them to be weapons, but you showed them how to be heroes." Sujin shook her head. "They were always more than weapons. They just needed someone to see it." "What will you do now?" Dr. Kim asked. Sujin looked at the war beasts, at Ta, Jin, Min, Dai, and Yun. They were no longer experiments or weapons. They were Earth's defenders, and they had chosen their path. "We'll go where we're needed," she said simply. "Together." Dr. Kim nodded. He had created the war beasts to protect Earth. They had chosen to follow Sujin. And in doing so, they had saved humanity not just with their strength, but with their choice. Sometimes, he thought, the greatest power isn't in what we make, but in what we let free.